So welcome Neeraj. How are you?
Good, sir.
Good. Nice to be here back. And so today we are gonna cover the story of Mr. Neeraj.
Chance of constant improvement in ourselves and the kind of person I wanted to become. I thought that it is the best suited profession for me. So I decided to join the defense. You can't be completely sure. You might be deserving, you might get it sooner or later. But it's not like that you just stick to that thing that I'll gonna get selected, or like you are sure, very sure about your selection there. So it's good to have a backup option, because in any these are less like education, we have to suffer because there are hardly any good schools. Like the private schools are not there, and the some government setbacks. So family, supports you. They tell you that we are, there for you. You just have to work hard. You just have to focus.
Of guidance, especially in rural India. Talking about my village, I don't know about your village. I think would be this condition
to anyone, whether you are living in a village or whether you are living in a city. There could be things of your higher studies. It's not necessary that you can take guidance from the people of your locality or your area only. You can take guidance from anyone. So I believe that it defense forces who are who are aspiring to join the defense forces. So it was a thing that constantly pushed me.
So Neeraj, if you see last 5 years, it's been beautiful years for Pithoragarh. We have produced many officers in Indian Army and Air Force also. So my question to you is, what kind of advice would you like to give people who are still preparing for defense, especially SSB I'm talking about, and the people who have not getting recommendation even after they have attempt 5 attempts, 6 attempts, 7 attempts? What kind of advice would you like to give them?
First of all, as you're talking about, now we have seen more people who are part of defense forces. I also relate to it. Like when I was initially preparing, there were like few people who were like serving as officers. They were like, we can count them on fingertips. It was like that. But now when I see that there are a lot of people who are now in defense forces, and it has tremendously increased in these years. It is just because of the guidance and the hard work they had done. It is regarding that. And it is a message for the people who are preparing right now, that the times are changing now. As we see that guidance has become accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
And apart from that, now if you have such people around, that you can seek guidance and inspiration, both the things from them. That if you are having any difficulty, you can approach them and you can seek help from them. At the same time, you can get inspiration that if they were having a lot of failures. There were a lot of, most of the people whom I know, they got selected in their later attempts only, after like 4, 5, 7 attempts they got selected. So you can take inspiration from them, that after their setbacks, they didn't lose hope and they were kept on going. So I believe that, as you mentioned about perseverance initially, so perseverance is one of the most important things that you require for an exam like that, where selection ratio is very less. It is very important. Sheer hard work is required. Like hard work is extremely important. If you're not hard working, then it will be difficult for you to get selection there. Apart from that, you have to be introspective about your own self, that how are you preparing, what things are you lacking, how should you improve yourself, because a person knows oneself better than anyone, because your friends, your family might see you, but they see you from outside, and a person sees himself from inside, at what is he truly lacking or what is he good at. So you're the best judge of yourself. So I believe that if a person honestly does his introspection and see that where is he lacking, or is it the suitable profession for him, that whether he's going on the right direction, whether he should do some improvements, or what degree of improvement do you have to do, in which areas you are severely lacking, in which areas you need little improvement. So you have to look after these all things, and I believe that then only you will surely be able to do it. And at times it happens that it's not your day, or you are not able to put your best there. So it might happen once or twice, but if you are constantly working towards it, and you are having these things with you that I mentioned, so I believe that it becomes easier for you. But we can never be sure. That is why we were talking about the backup options. It is never like about surety that surely we'll have the selection and things like that. But if you have these things, like there are a lot of other things that we talk about, smart work, we talk about time management. These things are also there. So when we are having these things, so it increases our chances of selection. That is just like that. We can never be sure, but we always can improve our chances of selection. We can make ourselves better. The things that are required there. So we can constantly sharpen up ourselves. So that is the only thing we can do, and we can constantly improve the chances of selection.
Amazing, very nice. So Neeraj, very basic question I would like to ask you now is that since you are doing your training in IMA, and how has your experience been there?
So training, like every person has their perspective towards training,
Yes,
and training has to be tough enough.
Rigorous, yeah.
Yes, and because the thing for which you are getting prepared, it's a very noble thing, and you'll have to be, hard enough to
mentally and physically
yes,
prepared.
mentally more, because physical toughness can be it's easy rather than your mental toughness. So I believe it is extremely important, and the work of training is to train you in both the aspects, mentally as well as physically. So I feel that I have good experience. I had known it from my friends and my seniors, that what kind of things happens there. So experience was similar, as I was aware about these things, and another only difference was now I was able to experience it by myself. Earlier it was the things that I used to hear from other people, but now it was my experience, my own experience. I got to see these things. So it was the only change, and most things we were aware, but the just physical experience or physical understanding of things was there.
So now you are in your holiday. So what are you looking forward to now?
I had planned of a few things, but I feel that when we come home, so all gets smashed up. So hardly new things I could have tried, but I'm spending time with my friends, with my family members, and just these things, like nothing new could I have explored.
Maybe you must be looking forward to getting those 2 stars on your shoulders, I guess.
Yes,
next year.
Actually it is an important thing, first of all, to successfully complete your training, because then only you'll be you'll be able to explore your service and things in the future. So basic aim should be that only.
So since you will become a lieutenant over there, so right now it would be too early to actually ask this question, but anyway I will ask. So what kind of an officer or what kind of a leader would you like to be?
So right now, as you mentioned, that it's too early. So I also believe the same. It's too early to comment about these things, because they say that you have hardly born into the army right now, and to open big mouths, I don't think it will be a wise thing. But right now, basic things in army is like that you have to be physically fit. So that remains my primary concern, and you should have a good, decent communication, that you are able to express yourself, and you have to be suitable for joining the forces. Like you have to be good at teamwork. You should know some sports, and these kind of basic requirements are there. So my focus is towards achieving these things. Like basic competence should be there in these things, and this is what I believe for now. And I do not say that I have a very big vision for future right now, or things I have not thought of by now. Right now, my aim is to
at
learn
least
these
complete
things.
the training.
Yes, complete the training, learn these things, and then slowly
learning by doing.
Yes.
Yeah. My next question to you now, I would like to take you back to your preparation days when you were like rigorously preparing for your upcoming SSBs, which are no more anyway. That's congratulations again. Now, what kind of preparation do we need? If there must be many people in Pithoragarh who would be looking, watching this thing, and what kind of 3 tips, only 3 tips you would like to give the people who have just started preparing for SSB? They don't know nothing much about it. They've just started.
First of all, I feel that people are not having proper guidance towards preparation.
Yes.
Because I see some people, they're very enthusiastic. They start preparing for their SSBs.
Yes.
They don't know anything, what to do, what not to do. They just know about SSB. So they jump into the world of SSB. Some people are preparing for written examinations only, that they did not even think of SSB. So I feel that both approaches are wrong. You have to make a balance between both the things. And I feel that written is a thing which you can prepare easily, and SSB is a thing that you have to work upon yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to improve yourself. So I feel that it requires more time. So I feel that when you're starting preparation, you should prepare for SSB, like SSB as well, not just written, SSB as well. And SSB people are not very much aware what to do, what not to do. So basic things like, first of all, improving your physical fitness, because you have to make yourself presentable. Your fitness should be of that level that you're presentable in a manner that people not say that he's overweight, obese,
Yes.
or like he's extremely thin. So both the things should not be there. So physical fitness is a one thing. Your good communication skills is another thing that you should work upon. This is the second thing. Apart from that, I believe that things you'll get to know after preparation, starting preparation only. That how do you write, how your thoughts are, and what do you need to do with them. So these kind of things are there. You'll just get to know after starting preparation only. So you have to jump in it. So this is one thing. And other is about written.
Written examination.
You have to prepare for your written. So first tip that you were saying, that it would be related to written only. That start your SSB preparation, but focus more on written examination.
Yeah, because you have to clear it first.
Yes, because there are many opportunities that you get apart from written as well. But I believe that written is a golden opportunity. That it is the entry there, less people are coming, and the selection ratio is more. And that is why I emphasize more on written entries. You should be preparing for your written entries from the initial days. And you should, if you are preparing for NDA, so when you are in class 11th and 12th, from at that time you should start preparing for your NDA. If you are preparing for your CDS examination, so from your college itself, like first year or second year, when your attempts for NDA are exhausted, you should prepare for CDS at that time.
Yes.
You should not wait that I'll get graduated, then I'll start preparation, because it will be too late.
Yeah.
Because you need 6 months, 9 months, or it depends upon your competence, that how much time you take for clearing the written examination. So it takes time. So from your initial days, you should start preparation for your written. And second thing is, you should go for your SSB preparation,
like
side by side. Both the things should be there. Second thing, I believe that you should work upon your communication skills.
Yes.
English communication.
Yeah.
It is very important. Whether it be your written examination, you require English.
Yeah.
And whether it be your SSB, you require English. And in SSB, most of the things will be in English only. Like whether it be writing your psychology part, giving your personal interview, and doing tasks in your group testing. So all the things are in English only. So you have to be good at English. And the better you are at English, the better you will be able to express yourself. It is a basic thing. If you're very good speaker in Hindi language, so it is of no use, because you are required to speak in English only. The primary language is English. So it has to be very much of that level that you are able to express yourself clearly without having any hesitation of speaking in front of a group, or without having doubts that whether I speak this or not. You should be confident enough. You should have this much belief in yourself that I am speaking right. So this needs to be there.
Yeah.
This is the second thing. And third thing, I feel that you must have a friend circle with whom you can prepare, because I remember that from my initial days I had my friend circle with whom I used to prepare. And for SSB preparation, it is extremely important, because other things you can do, like as I mentioned, English, fitness, and your verbal communication, these all things can be improved with time. But when you have group, so all the things can be done simultaneously. That if you're in your group, so you can practice a lot of things, like you can do discussions together, and you can understand what is the weakness of that person, and you can tell them that these are the areas that they should work upon. So these kind of things are there. So I feel that having a group will help you in all these things. So I feel that these three things are there where you can, if you work upon these things, so then most of your tasks will be done, and then you can proceed for other things. So I believe these three things are very basic.
My next question to you, Neeraj, as you talked about, you're from Vivekananda Vidya Mandir, which is actually Hindi medium, I guess, but your communications are so good now, English basically. And my next question to you, as far as I know, that I think before this recommendation, 16th time this one, you got selected for SSC CPO or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you think that when you were selected for SSC CPO, could it be a turning point for your life that you went to SSB center like freely, or you already knew that even if I get rejected again, that's okay, because I have another job which is lying there.
Yes.
So do you think it had made
I think there are two aspects of this thing is there. First of all is that when you are having some other career option with you, then when you are going to SSB, you are confident you're not having any
extra
stress or any thoughts about that if I'll not get selected, what will I do, things like that. And you are more open towards things. When one is very rigid about one thing, so he's not able to express clearly, and the hindrances come in his way. So these kind of things are there, that you get more free and you are able to clearly communicate, clearly express yourself. So these things are there. It is one part. Second, I believe it is from the assessor's perspective. As I've seen that a lot of people who get selected, they're either having some other job or they're just appearing in their final years of their 12th or graduation. So I believe that it plays an important role, because when you are preparing and at the same time you are doing some other thing, like whether could be your studies and preparation, it could be your job and your preparation. So at that time when you're managing both the things, it is considered that you're good at managing both the things, and they take you like very handy that your chance of selection increase. So it happens that when you are having job and side by side you are coming for getting selection there, so the chance of selection also increase. And it is considered that you are a more competent person. Like if you are doing work, you are doing studies, and side by side you are coming here. So I believe it is a better opportunity for anyone for getting selection. And we have seen that apart from this, when you are taking drops and all, then also you get selections. But at that time, the number of questions increase, and it becomes difficult for you to answer yourself as well. That if you are taking any drop here, so what have you been doing in this time? And you have a lot of free time at this time, so how you could be utilizing it. So you invite a lot of other questions from the assessors as well. So and you're also not doing anything in ground, so that's why it's become challenging for you in both the ways. So I believe that managing things and then going for SSB is it helps you to sustain in SSB or get selected easily in SSB.
So you're talking about like being the best of both the worlds, where you are managing and both the stuff.